Now comes our main topic, Euclid's division algorithm in real numbers. First we have to discuss what is Euclid's division algorithm. Before going to Euclid's division algorithm, first we'll start from backside. What do you mean by algorithm first? First we'll discuss about what do you mean by algorithm. Algorithm can be defined as the steps. Simply algorithm can be noted as steps to solve, steps to do anything, steps to do the work is called an algorithm. Coming to next thing as division, coming to division algorithm, see, as you previously know, algorithm is called steps and added is division algorithm, that means steps to divide. Simply steps to divide is called algorithm, division algorithm. For example, if you take see 9 should be divided with 4. 9 should be divided with 4 means first what we will do, we have to take that number in the quotient where it is equal to, when we multiply this into this, we have to be equal to 9 or less than 9. That should be the first step. For example, if you divide 9 with 4, 9 can't be divided with 4. That's why we have to take the number which is less than 9. That means 4 2s will be 8. The remainder will be 1. See, these are called the steps. See, 9 is called dividend, 2 is called quotient, 4 is called divisor, 1 is called remainder. We have to take that number in quotient where we multiply divisor into quotient. It should be equal to the dividend or less than dividend. Then that is called the first step. See, this is called divisor, this is called quotient, this is called dividend, this is called remainder. Okay, this is how we'll solve the division algorithm. These are called the steps to divide. One main thing you have to remember here is the remainder is always less than the divisor. Remainder is always, what I'll tell is, remainder is always less than divisor. Remainder is always less than divisor. It should be always less than divisor. Whenever if the remainder what you are getting is more than the divisor, then again we have to solve. Again the solving gets continued. That means at last the remainder is always less than divisor. And coming to here, remainder may be less than 0. Remainder may be less than 0 or equal to the remainder. Remainder, whatever you're getting, it is less than 0. It's not less than, it's 0 is less than remainder. That means remainder is always greater than 0 or it may be equal to 0. Remainder may be always greater than 0 or it is equal to 0. These are called the different steps of division algorithm. Coming to Euclid's division algorithm. Euclid is a scientist who found this concept of Euclid's division algorithm. That's why the scientist name gave it as Euclid's division algorithm. And here what we'll study at the next thing is, we'll study the definition of lemma. Lemma is defined as the statement which is already proved. By using that proving statement, we'll use somewhere else and we'll prove another statement. For example, we know the fact called sun rises in the east. Like sun rises in the east. This is fact. This is universal fact that sun rises in the east. That means it already proved. By using this statement, what we will tell is of directly we can say that sun sets in the west. Sun sets in the west. Okay, that means the proven statement like sun rises in the east is a proven statement. By using this proven statement, we are proving the next statement by using this proven statement. That is called lemma. Why we are discussing this lemma in coming to mathematical form of, we'll use that statement which is already proved, which we'll use that statement and prove the statement whatever which is related to the real numbers. Now, the next thing what we'll discuss is, we have to discuss about Euclid's division to find HCF. First we'll discuss what is HCF. HCF, it is abbreviated as highest common factor. Highest common factor. We'll start from the back side. We'll take first the definition of a factor. Definition of factor, I'll take the example as 8 and 12. See, factor means what all 8 will be divided. Whenever we'll divide 8 with what we are dividing, that finally it should get 0. The remainder should be 0. When we divide anything with 8, the remainder should be 0. For example, if you take 1, the remainder will be 0. When we take 2, it is divided like 4, then the remainder is 0. Again 8 will be divided with 4 into 2 makes 0. Again 8 is divided with 8, so that the remainder is 0. Coming to the factors of 12, it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4, it is 6, it is 12. Clear? Factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, 8. Factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Simple. Factor says whenever we are dividing with the following numbers, the remainder should be 0. Now comes to the next point called common. When we combiningly, if you read common factor between 8 and 12. Common factor between 8 and 12 is 1, 1. And the next common factor is 2, 2. Next common factor is 4, 4. And no other common factor. These are the common factors between 8 and 12. Now comes the next thing as highest common factor. When we totally combine highest common factor, the factors are 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. And in that the common are 1, 2, 4. And from this 1, 2, 4, we have to take the highest. The highest common factor between 1, 2, 4 is 4. That's why the HCF of 8 and 12 is 4. Because it is the highest common factor when we are studying about individual factors of 8 and individual factors of 12. And there comes a Euclid's division to find HCF, which I'll explain in the next class. Now, how to find HCF. In Euclid's division, it is called as long division method. By using long division method, Euclid used it to find out the HCF. By using long division method. For example, the same example we'll take. For example, 8 and 12. 8 and 12. See the algorithm. The algorithm is the number which is highest between both. 8 and 12, the highest number we should take it as dividend. The highest number we should take it as dividend, it is the step 1. And the least number you should take it as divisor, it is step 2. These are only called the algorithm. That means how we have to proceed by using different steps. When we divide 12 with 8, we have to take that number where it should be equal to 12 or less than 12. 12 is not divided with 8 totally, so that's why the less number less than 12, it is 8 ones are 8, it will be 4. See, the remainder what we got is 4, but we didn't get 0. When we get 0, that will be the highest common factor of 8 and 12. The next step what he did is, he took 8 directly here. Whatever divisor it is here, it is directly copied here. And from here, the same step he repeated. What he did again is, we have to take that number where it is directly, when we multiply these two, it should get 8 or it should be less than 8. When we take 8, when it divided with 4, it is divided with 2, it will be 4 2s are 8, finally it is 0. Whenever the remainder we are getting 0, the nearest, the highest, the whatever divisor we took, that we'll take it as HCF. The remainder 0 when we are getting, the previous divisor what it is there, when we are dividing the dividend to get 0, that previous divisor is called HCF. This is how, by using long division method, Euclid's find out the HCF. Now from the previous class, what we studied is how to find 8 and 12 by using HCF method. And from here, this class, we use a long division method. To find HCF. And by using this long division methods, your exercise 1.1 carries. I'll solve each and individual sum from your exercise from your next class. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, comment me in the comment section.